It all began on November 24th, 1996. Jordan was born in Chicago, Illinois, to parents Scott and Ann Karow, and from a very early age, it was apparent that Jordan's gifts and passions would shine through.
I picked Jordan just because I liked the name Jordan. Everybody around us thought it was because of Michael Jordan, number 23, all the basketball stuff that was going on. We picked Jordan's name just because we liked it, and Scott his middle name is because of his father.
I still remember that day Jordan was born. It was the end of the day, it was a Sunday, and Mom was tired from the delivery, and so I had Jordan curled up on my chest, and we looked up at the TV and watched our first Packer game, and that, I think, began Jordan's lifelong love of sports.
As an infant, he had acid reflux and a broken collarbone, and it seemed like all he did was cry. But then he grew out of that, and he was a joy. Precocious, he learned quickly, he was into everything. We called him Houdini because he frequently escaped the house.
Even at a very young age, it was clear that Jordan would work hard for what he wanted.
When Jordan was just a little more than 2 years old, his mom had made a pan of brownies and with deliberate thought had placed them on top of the refrigerator where they weren't in the reach of little fingers. But Jordan was in the mood for a brownie, so he got a chair, climbed up on the chair, climbed up from the chair to the counter that was beside the refrigerator, got a butcher knife, stood up, got the brownies, and cut himself a brownie. At which point his mother came into the kitchen telling him to get down, that he shouldn't have done that, he could have cut off a finger, he could have fallen on the knife, to which Jordan replied, "But I didn't."
As Jordan has grown, two things that he has worked towards the most have been music and sports, and it's been apparent to those who know him best.
Who Jordan is defines the way that he has approached his music and his sports, and in turn they have defined him.
Over 1 year, me and Jordan were on the same baseball team, and it occurred to me that Jordan was a sports-minded person and that he really loved sports, but I didn't really know how much of a team player he was until I was on the same team as him. 'Cause he's so encouraging and he's so upbeat about the games. Even when we're losing, it's kind of let's go, let's go, let's go.
Jordan's been super involved in sports as long as I've, as soon as he could be tall enough to hold a baseball. You know, his dad's big into sports. He's an ESPN center junkie, and I think that influence always affects the kids. The kids pick up your passions and your desires, and I think in Jordan's case that they came out with sports for sure.
Having been around music all his life, I've seen Jordan have a deep love and appreciation for music. I've seen him work hard at his music. I've seen him become an incredible drummer, and just really taken that into his heart. I think music is just a part of his soul and who Jordan is, just from the depths of who he is.
Jordan really started off with music in a really unusual way. He jumped off of his top bunk bed right into the bass drum that he had just gotten for Christmas from Grandma and Grandpa. I think that's when he decided, I think I'd like to be a drummer. I'm just really proud of the musical accomplishments that he's had through the years. I think music will be something that sticks with him the rest of his life.
He's grown up with music, he's grown up to appreciate music, and he's grown up to really have a passion and a desire to learn more about music.
But Jordan is about much more than just sports and music.
Being Jordan's brother, we used to fight a lot, but now that we get along more now that we're older, and it's starting to occur to me more that Jordan's such a very nice and caring person, and he cares about the people around him, and I think that helps us get along.
He's always been determined, a perfectionist of sorts, competitive, so he's always done things well. He's always thought about his activities, and he's always performed his music that way. He's not flippant nor casual in how he approaches his sports, his music, indeed even his life.
He always knew that he could do anything that he set his mind to. He wanted to be more adult than he was because he could see what needed to be done, but sometimes his body didn't cooperate. So he was a very mature and very precocious child.
Ultimately, it's Jordan's convictions that create who he truly is on the inside.
The biggest event that impacted my life was during my 8th grade year when I took a missions trip to South Dakota. I met these 2 homeless guys out there and I really got to hear their story and be able to help them out, and ever since that day, my life has been changed forever. It really changed my call to service, and it was really how I need to be focused on helping the less fortunate and helping the poor rather than focusing on myself.
So whether you know Jordan or not, there's more to him than meets the eye. This has been an True Falcon story.